So, hey, shh. You want to know a secret? Huh? Be quiet. Don't tell anyone. I wax poetic, with regards to public versus private, and y'all can just assume that, the secret is going to be in some way, shape, or form predicated on trust. And if that was your assumption, you would be correct. Correctamundo. But I want to just put it in very, very simple terms. What is this secret? So, Mr. L, what is the secret? The secret of the private. To me, it's very simple. It can become complicated and convoluted for some of those that are not familiar with, the specific type of trust that is familiar to those of us who are either in trustee training here at the foundation or have had some sort of mentorship or have done specific, investigation with regards to, this secret. What is the secret? The secret is a secret. I'm just playing with y'all. You know what? I don't know what the secret is. I'm just playing with y'all. I know what the secret is. Bottom line, if we're getting into this, we need to understand a few things, and I'm going to get to the secret. I start throwing stuff at me. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with you? The secret is complex. It's a complex secret. You like that? A trust is treated as a separate entity for the purposes of taxation. This is true for the type of trust we deal with. When you're dealing with the statutory trust, most statutory trust, irrevocable trust, those grantor type trusts, that is not the case. So you would need to know the specific secret, and I'm about to share. I'm gonna share it with you. Hey, I'm not gonna leave you hanging. As long as keep your mind out the gutter. Keep your mind out the gutter. The secret of the private, not the privates. Although it is really more of a contractual relationship between parties, in some ways it is treated as a very separate and distinct entity, apart from its trustees, apart from the grantor, and apart from the beneficiaries, since most of the more useful trusts are of a type called, remember I said the secret is complex? It is. It's definitely complex. Most of the more useful trusts are of the type called complex. It doesn't really matter at this point to tell you how simple trusts are taxed. All right. Probably heard me say this before. If this is your first time checking out the show, peace, thank you, welcome. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're. But if not, you've heard me say, there are over 80 different types of trusts. The IRS recognizes 3 types of trust. It would serve no purpose for me to describe the simple trust, which is one of the types of trust the IRS recognizes. The other type is a grantor trust. Think of a revocable trust, a living trust, inter vivos trust, as it were. The third type of trust that the IRS recognizes outside of grantor and simple trusts is complex trust. A complex trust is a trust where trustees have discretion whether to disperse or accumulate the income or corpus of the trust. A complex trust can disperse 100% of its taxable income to its beneficiaries, and therefore, if it disperses 100% of its taxable income, it will owe no tax. A complex trust can also donate 100% of its taxable income to a charity and receive a charitable deduction on its return. Donates the money, takes the deduction, owes no taxes, but has that charitable deduction. It is the only type of entity that can do that. It's the only entity that can donate 100% of its taxable liability or taxable income to a charity. And an individual can only donate 50% of his taxable income to a public charity, or 50% specifically of his adjusted gross income. I am not a lawyer, I'm not an attorney, I'm not giving you legal advice. I used to say that all the time. Now I just assume you know, but I said it. I said it. What? I'm not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer. I have no interest in being a lawyer. People tell me all the time, you should be a lawyer. Why? And they just start stuttering. Why not? They make a lot of money. And I give them the dirty eye, the dead leg, the bootleg, the shifty gaze. Because personally, an attorney is you know what? Let's not get into that. Let's stay on topic, right? Shall we? Surely. As I was saying, an individual can only donate 50% of their adjusted gross income to a public charity, such as, the Red Cross, something of that nature. An individual can only donate 30% of their adjusted gross income to a private charity, which would be a family foundation, private family foundation. Sorry about that. I had inflation in my throat. It's gone now. A business can only donate 10% of its adjusted gross income to any charity, public or private. The only entity that can donate 100% of its adjusted gross income or taxable income to a charity and receive a charitable deduction is a complex trust. Distribution to beneficiaries, disbursements or distributions to beneficiaries are deductible to the trust. Now, I must tell you, this distribution or disbursement may be taxable as income to the beneficiaries. The distribution has the same character in the hands of the beneficiaries as it does in the hands of the trust. So, if a capital gain is passed through, the beneficiary pays tax on the income realized by the sale of the capital assets rather than ordinary income tax. Specifically, we may be talking about a business trust, of course. When the when the trustees, when the board holds back money from the beneficiaries and accumulates it in the trust, then distributes it later, the throwback rules will apply, and the final tax result will be just as if the trustee had distributed the money to the beneficiaries when he first could have. Think about that. Think about it. It may be new to you, and that's cool. That's absolutely cool. You also must understand this specific type of trust, which the IRS recognizes as a complex trust, is private and is designed to be private. To ensure that privacy, the trustees or the board must not release information about the trust or the trust records to anyone without express unanimous approval of all the trustees or the board of trustees in accordance with the trust indenture. When there is a delay in holding a regular meeting of the board of trustees, there is a delay in giving permission for the release of information. That cannot be avoided, however, because this is a very important part of the trust and cannot be violated by the trustees. Should a bank, title company, or any other third party ask a trustee to expose the records of the trust, the first thing the trustee should say is, "I'm sorry, the records are confidential. If you would be kind enough to submit a request in writing, it will be brought before the Board of Trustees for approval at the next regular meeting." No records can be released from the trust without the approval of the Board of Trustees. If you are dealing with any government agency, it is best to say nothing. Instead, politely indicate that you will talk to your attorney and will get back to them. Say nothing more. In your haste to cooperate, you may say something that is not entirely accurate, which could be used against you in a court of law. The law is very complicated, and you should not try to explain anything to a government agency without the assistance of an attorney. It is always best to allow your attorney and or the accountant to review the records and act on the behalf of the trust or you with regards to government agencies, so all information can be presented in a clear and precise manner that is most advantageous for you and the trust under the law. The trust indenture obligates you to not release any information without the approval of all the trustees or the board of trustees. The board. The secret of the private. What is the secret? The secret is that the IRS only recognizes 3 types of trust. You got to do a lot of reading to get to that secret most times. You got to do a lot of more studying and reading to recognize that a trust is a contract. Even more extensive reading to understand and realize that a contract makes the law. And then you got to go to that old fogey document and read it. It's called the Constitution. You know, only nerds and old people care about it, right? And note that in Article 1, Section 10, you realize that contracts are protected from laws impairing them, and that protection is constitutional protection. That's the secret. That's the secret. There you go. It's pretty simple, right? You got about a minute and a half left in the broadcast. If you're checking out the show online, call in right now. 563-999-3625. Once again, 563-999-3625. Otherwise, you will be disconnected. There will be a disconnection. She will say, "Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye." That's how she says it. She has a British accent, and I do believe she is artificial intelligence. I wonder how many people understand this secret. It's a well-kept secret, or secrets. This is what I describe as 1% information. People think of the 1% and they think of money. Well, you should probably think of knowledge first. And then you can think of money. But it's completely up to you how how you determine what is and what is not 1%. Completely up to you. I have no control over the way that you think, over the things that you do, the things that you say, the things that you value, the things that you don't say, and the things that you don't do, and the things that you don't value. But I can tell you the understanding and the taking of action, the implementation of this type of information will change your life. That's a secret. It may be a secret, to achieve a different result, you must do some things differently. Most people just say, if you don't first succeed, try again. But you'll never or hardly ever hear if you don't at first succeed, try again, but in different ways. That would put it into perspective. What is the secret? The trust that we deal with. IRS recognizes it as complex. If there's any issue, you declare under penalty of perjury that it is a contract executed according to the common law right to contract and does not come into any state authority. And that there is Supreme Court legislation, Supreme Court specifically case law, that deals with this type of distinct and separate entity. I know it's hard to grasp. It's hard to grasp. If I told you there was flying cars being tested right now with BMW engines, you might not believe me. But if I sent you the article and you clicked on the video and watched it, seeing is believing in most situations. You're not going to see no one, due to the privacy of these types of structures. No one is going to allow you to lay eyes and ears on their private structures and private administration. Any trustee that is administering any private estate or any private trust is not going to tell you very much at all. Why? Not because they're hating or because they don't like you, because they are under non-disclosure. They signed a non-disclosure contract. Not only can they be removed from the Board of Trustees, they will also lose their compensation. They will lose the benefits of trusteeship. In a lot of cases, they're going to lose their salaries. It's the equivalent of losing your job. It's the equivalent of getting fired. And that's why in trustee training, a lot of trustees will ask me personal questions, personal estate questions. And I'll say, every estate is different. But in my experience, and then I'll give them an answer. I'm not going to tell anyone specifically anything regarding the specific administration of my family's private estate, but I will speak in generals with regards to answering a question. And trust that they pick up what I'm putting down. But there it is. That's the secret. That was pretty simple, huh? Was that bad? Did it hurt? I hope it didn't hurt. I hope you enjoyed, learning this secret. Everybody wants to shh. You want to know a secret? Huh? Can I tell you a secret? That perks up everybody's ears. Huh? What do you mean secret? Huh? Tell me. Can you keep a secret? Well, you don't necessarily have to keep this secret. But I will tell you this. Substitute the word secret with the word private. private. These types of trusts are private. The administration of these trusts, the other trustees, the names of the beneficiaries, the names of any investors if it's a business trust, the specific business of the trust, the way that the trust obtains its income or assets, how the assets are managed. All of these things are private. The biggest secret, trust is a contract. These trusts, they're contracts. They're contracts. There's a large difference, exponential difference between a trust agreement and a trust contract. Shh, you want to know a secret? Hey, shh, shh. Hush your mouth. You want to know a secret? Contract makes the law. Contracts are protected from laws impairing them by the Constitution. A trust agreement that owes its existence to state legislation is not constitutionally protected. It's a legislative entity. It is statutory in nature and not juristic in nature. Think about it. And when I say in nature, I don't mean like in nature, plants and trees and conifers. I mean in the nature of the entity itself, in the nature of the structure. But there it is. I'm going to take a phone call or two, and then we're going to mosey. We're going to go midget. We're going to get little. We're out of here. But, that's me trusting that you picked up what I'm putting down. I'm trying to speak colloquially. I'm, speaking in everyday parlance so that this can be picked up by those who do not have a refined understanding and instruction with regards to these types of structures and these types of administration. So with that being said, let me check out this first caller. Caller 915 area code 0068 915-0068. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's good with you, Sot? This brother Hyro.
What's up, Bam? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's just good to be on the airwaves. I had to change up a few things, but I know you know who I am.
Yeah, I recognize the voice, the vibration,
yes,
your vocal cords. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, look, foundation's been a blessing. So sometimes you grow, and that's the name. But I heard you had some inflation in your throat. Might want to drink that ginger tea.
Yeah, that was some inflation. Yeah, I don't think it's the ginger tea I need to drink.
No. Oh, okay.
No.
Just drop a little knowledge just in case anybody has some inflation problems. That ginger tea in the morning gets you right.
No, I was cracking a joke.
Hey man, it was real though, because how we see the inflation goes up, it don't look like it's coming down, to say the least.
Exactly. I don't see it. Not especially not anytime soon, if ever, at all.
Yeah, that part. But when you said knowledge first equals money, man, that means everything. And at the end of the day, when you understand that, the money you make is different. So to me, that was what equal wealth. And I just want to thank the foundation for that.
Yes, knowledge is key.
That's a secret right there.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you picked up on that.
Man, look, I'm just trying to, break it down for who's trying to hear the sound. Put it like that. But what you think about them bookkeeping maneuvers?
Man, I think it's some phantasmagoria type dance.
Hey man, it's crazy how you reading the news and they telling you that somebody telling them, the IRS, hey man, you might want to use them bookkeeping maneuvers. You might want to get the Barry Sanders on, get busy with it. This is crazy. And then, hey, and what you call it, do your dance.
Do your dance.
Hey man, no correlation. Don't worry about that. No correlation.
There's all types of maneuvers.
Man, look here. Great maneuvers. Great maneuvers. And what else I was going to know? Oh, well, the wholesale prices. When you talked about the wholesale prices, it made me think. And this is a secret. I'm going to let it out. I'm going to get in trouble. Be all right. But we think about it differently. I mean, like when you said wholesale prices, we care. But it's a secret how we care, I think. You know what I'm saying? I look at wholesale prices differently than I did before I had the knowledge. That's the secret. It's an adjustment, but I promise it don't mean the same before I knew the knowledge. And that's to everybody listening. So you can go and research that and work on that. But at the end of the day, it just depends on whose side you on. All I can say.
Yes. I mean, I would agree 100% with that. There's a misconception that has been transplanted into most of our minds that a measure of success is that we can afford others to do things for us.
Man.
Whereas in my opinion, a measure of success is when you have the knowledge, the wealth of knowledge to do most things for yourself and for your family.
Thank you, man. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. But pushing forward, man, hey, it's crazy how the housing market is building up like you went over. And the cost of building a home high. But the secret to that is it's still a good time to invest in the housing market. I want to mention that. I mean, do your due diligence. I believe that the outcome of a productive property is more powerful now than ever. That's all that's really being said.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
some.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you the guest, brother. Go ahead.
Well, I know you know that. That's kind of small talk, but I wanted to know your opinion about them flying cars. I don't know. I was thinking that you was gonna say it was a joke, but I mean, we can invest in flying cars. I mean,
it's not a joke.
You can't pull up.
It's not a joke. They need runways, but a successful flight of the flying car between airports. Dude landed and drove away. Look it up.
So
do a search.
Figure some things out.
They might have laws, but you could ride down Fifth Street and take off, man.
Hey, you talk about stunting. That's a new level. New level. Okay.
And then the wings fold in against the body, so you just, as soon as you land, jump out and fold the wings in. They said it takes less than 2 minutes to convert it back to, regular width. Just drive off. Play dumb,
Crazy.
like, huh? What? No, I haven't flown today. That's not gonna work though, because they're gonna have chips in there. And I feel like Tesla is most known for is that autopilot or whatever. That Tesla, you can in the whip. Yeah, it's gonna be heavily predicated upon, some type of artificial intelligence that, kind of, I wouldn't say takes away the whole flying experience, but it's, heavily monitors and, does a bunch of correction and stuff,
Yeah. Oh my God.
And it's going to be for the ultra wealthy. Like regular people ain't going to be able to afford that stuff.
Hey man, look, I don't know. I'ma just pay attention like we all doing, but it's rough enough pulling out my driver's license. I ain't trying to put out my driver's license and my pilot license. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I think I'm gonna just hold it down right here and keep it moving.
Yeah, that might be the move.
What you say?
But I see companies like as in the same vein as Uber and Lyft. You'll be able to call. Hey, let me get one of them Uber, Lyft, and Flight. That's gonna probably be the other app, Flight. Pull out your Flight app. They'll come land on the street, pick you up, take off, bring you wherever you want to go.
Man, look here.
I think what did it say? It could do, I can't remember if it was 400 or 600 miles. I think it was 400 miles. Fly 400 miles.
I'm going to research that out. One tank.
What, Flights?
Man, yeah. And you said it was on, like, regular fuel, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, man, the BMW engine.
With a BMW engine, yeah.
I never stop learning. I got more research to do. But before I go, I'm going to say this, man. Thanks to the foundation, John Bryant Jr. III, my grandfather who paved the way for my in-depth research and the way I see things. His name's going to live forever. Forever, ever. Due to the foundation and how we have proceeded to do things. And all I want to do is say thank you. And, hey, man, I advise all the listeners, whoever listening, stay tuned. High frequency bring the truth unfiltered every week. But, man, so you hold it down, man. And keep doing what you do. Being a light.
Oh, yeah, we don't plan on changing anytime soon. We holding it down at the foundation, man. Appreciate you calling in, brother. Good to hear from you again.
Yes, sir, man. High roll in full effect. You see me more, and all that. But peace to the God.
Damn, peace to the God. Thanks for calling in. What is it? We got 1, 2, 3. Yep. I'm just going. Yep. I know. But that's a wrap. I'm gonna end the show. It was a good show. I feel. I trust that you feel the same. I see hands up. We got other callers and stuff. No offense. It's not like I'm ducking you or ignoring you. I acknowledge y'all. But now it's time to say goodbye. Or, at the least, see you next time, next week. So, I appreciate y'all checking out the show, as I always do. Yeah. Trust that y'all in a good mood, as I am. Hey, life is great. Life is luxurious if you say so. It's that first law. Mentalism. Everything exists in the mind first. It comes from your mind and manifests in this physical plane of existence. So if your mind is luxurious and in a good mood, then your body will be luxurious in a good mood, and so will your surroundings. Will your surroundings will it to be? You can do anything you want to do as long as you have the consistency, the dedication, the drive, and the will to see it through, to get past those tough, tests, the barriers, the seemingly unsurmountable or insurmountable odds and walls that may come into sight on your journey to what you want. I can't tell you how to do that dance. My thing is not to be concerned too much on what you do or how much you make. My thing is to have a significant effect on what you keep and what you pass to your heirs legally through proper structures, protecting your assets, because anything that you own can be taxed to you or litigated away from you. And it's time to advance our understandings, our knowledge, and to begin to perpetuate this multi-generational wealth. It's a fact that there has been a deliberate attack on the average family's wealth, in so much as each generation pretty much must start over from scratch when it comes to wealth. I've made it the mission of mine personally, by accepting the trusteeship, signing on to the trust of the foundation, to, significantly affect that positively, to counterbalance in the ways that I can. And it's not that I need to jump on high frequency every Wednesday and do a show. It's what y'all need. But, of course, I could talk about credit and discharge and stuff and be much more popular, but that's not my intention. It's not what I value. What I value is being a significant force, a significant factor, and not only the understanding, but also the adoption of this specific information for the benefit of you as well as your family. And when I say family, I don't mean just your immediate family. I mean your heirs, successors, your progeny, great grandchildren. So with that being said, I invite you to check out welcometothefoundation.com, sign up for the email list, as well as, check out the education tab, check out those offerings, snatch them up, make investments in your private education. You have to think of it in that manner. And I'm going to share with you what one of my mentors shared with me. What he did was he told me to open my hand. He pulled out money out of his pocket. It wasn't a wallet. Pulled money out of his pocket. Took out a $100 bill, put it in my hand. Told me to hold this, and I closed my fist around the $100 bill. And then he took out other $100 bills and tried to put it in my hand, but it fell on the floor because my hand was closed. And he said, "That's your problem. That's why you don't have more money. Because you're so intent on holding on to the money that you have or that you think you have, you do not make space for the money that you don't have yet." And I looked down on the floor, and there was $400 on the floor and only $100 in my hand. Let that be a lesson to you as it was a lesson to me. You must invest. You must. You invest in relationships. You invest time working at the business so there can be return in the form of wages at your 2-week check. You must invest in your private education. You must learn and work on your financial education, your private education, so that you can achieve something that you have not yet. In order to go somewhere different, you must do some things differently. Period. There's no getting around it. Zero. So if you're not actively investing, if you're not making that currency work for you, you will always work for it. Think about that. And that's what I'm going to leave y'all with. Y'all that hung out for the entire episode. I'm going to leave y'all with that. I appreciate you. I respect y'all. I love y'all. I want what's best for y'all. And do what I can to inspire y'all to do something different so you can receive something different. You must grind how most will not so that you can live how most cannot. Believe, begin, become. And if you're at all interested in a consultation, you can book a consultation at welcometothefoundation.com. You can email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. If you would like to join trustee training, I invite you to email me at admin@welcometothefoundation.com, because you cannot get trustee training from the website. We must exchange energy. And the first energy we exchange is through means of communication energy. I need to check your vibe, because trustee training is not for everyone. But with that being said, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I respect y'all. I want the best for y'all. And I say that with all of my heart, mind, and soul. Like, I'm serious. I live in a world of abundance. We can all get it. You getting it does not take away from me getting it. And me getting it does not take away from you getting it. We can all do this dance. So with that being said, y'all enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. And take care of your family. Take care of your friends that deserve it. Value yourself. You are worth it. You are valuable. Y'all have a great week, and I'll catch y'all next week. Wait, next week may be an uploaded show. So what I'm saying is it's more than likely not going to be live. I might pre-record it because I'm going to be out of town closing on the property for the estate, on behalf of the estate. But still, I'll catch y'all next time here on the same frequency, the hottest radio network on the planet. That's High Frequency Radio Network. I'm your host, Sot L. That's Seeker of Truth L, Speaker of Truth L, and I will catch you next time here on the Foundation. As I said, enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. Say 10 things that you're thankful for before you go to sleep tonight. And every night, it's important. And y'all have a great week. Peace to the God.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.